the first bullet here on how to be an effective Moira is, yes, we are going to be jumping into the video just like that, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched my first Overwatch school video, How to Farah. It's pushing 10,000 views, 200 likes. Like, just thanks to everyone who's ever watched it. It really means a lot, and let's get right back into it. So the first bullet point into being how to the best Moira you can be is awareness. Awareness. So the first sub-bullet point for awareness in Moira and how to be an effective Moira is knowing where your teammates are. It's the first bullet, and I think it's probably one of the most important bullets for Moira. Once you know where your teammates are and you constantly knowing where your teammates are, you can be there to help them. You can you're just a lot more effective, efficient, and you can support your team a lot more effectively if you know where your teammates are. This is a clip from my gameplay. This is my gameplay. I caught it on myself, so I'm using myself and I'm throwing myself out to dry. So you can see me in the bottom here, right here. I don't know why I can't use the cursor when this is hidden, but I'm right here in the bottom right here. I was going after this Lucio. If you can see this blue outline, he was down here, and I was dealing with this Lucio for some reason. I was doing this Lucio. And as you can look over here, all my teammates are low. Roadhog, close to half. Reaper, half, below half. Widow, below half. Zenyatta, close to half. Zenyatta's not a good healer. He can't deal with all this on his own. So I was not aware at this situation. I need to be aware. I need to be close to my teammates where Moira is super effective. I don't need to be here dueling Lucio for no reason. I need to be over here and helping my team. Luckily, I got back in time and I coalesced and everything was okay. But, I got away with that one because look at that. A Zenyatta to heal all them people right there with a Torburn oil and all that stuff. Nah, I gotta do better, and so do we as Moiras. Just to go on record here, Moira has kind of a negative connotation to her. A lot of people choose Moira and then don't decide to heal with Moira. Now, healing isn't the only thing supports do, and they also, do damage and support the team. But there's a lot of Moiras out there that need help learning how to play Moira. So hopefully they stumble across this video and give you guys heals and support the team in a lot better and effective way. That's why I'm doing this. Because I be a tank main and I be dealing with a lot of problems, even in higher ranks. So this is meant for everyone. So I tried to make a cool entrance there and I feel like that wasn't really that cool. Second point to awareness with Moira is knowing when to use damage or when to use healing, or when to heal or when to do damage. So Moira has abilities that can throw orbs that do either damage or healing, and primary fires that either do damage or healing if you are new. And knowing when to choose, you can't do both of them at once. Knowing when to choose between these is a very important aspect to Moira, and definitely the awareness side of things as well. So I'm going to help you guys kind of give you a few examples of when to use the damage and when to use the healing. We are going to be going over when to use the healing orb or your healing ability. Okay? So the first bullet here is when you're about to get into a fight. For a second there I read it and I was like, I don't know what that says. When your team or you're about to get into a fight, throw the heal out so that first inflicted damage is automatically taken care of. Second one is if you're in a fight. If you're currently in a fight, yes, throwing the damage might help you out, but keeping your team alive and full health is more important than, getting a few damage. So if you're about to get into a fight, so with Moira is when you use your primary heal, you have a certain amount and it does run out. And the way you charge it back up is if you use your primary damage. So if you need to charge up your heal juices, that means that you need to do damage primarily. And if you want to do that while still healing your team, you throw out the heal orb, and then you can do damage with not worrying as much about your team. Some people like to do damage and just focus on damage, and there's no orb out there taking care of the health aspect. And then if you are far away, yes, Moira has incredible mobility, which we're going to get into that in like a further bullet. But if you're far away, toss that toss the orb, and there you go. That is some good rules of thumb of when you should use your heal or your healing orb. When to use damage. Clearly you guys knew this one was coming. When an enemy is running away, like maybe they're running away because their team just died or something like that, and they're relatively low health, you use your mobility and you run towards them, after them, throw that orb, use damage, kill them. Moira is really good cleanup crew. Team as well, that's the second point. And what I mean by team as well is if your team is, well healed, not in any danger, just chilling, waiting for the other people to come back, just throw your damage orb out there. Just constantly throw your orbs. Never hold on to your orb. I just constantly throw them out, no matter what. Just constantly throw them out. And then the start of games. Now, I do this because the damage orb is phenomenal for getting alt charge from Moira. That's probably the biggest thing for damage orb. Why to use the damage orb? Because it doesn't really kill people and it doesn't do that much damage. It's annoying and it gets Moira alt charge. So, if you want to be a good Moira, though, you got to balance when to heal and when to do damage. And I believe these are good rules of thumbs that you should follow. So the last bullet point here for the awareness side of things for Moira is alt. When to use her alt, when not to use her alt. There's really not much to say about this part, so we're just going to do it right here. You can either use her alt to be aggressive and kill the enemy team, or you can use her alt to heal your team when, they use an alt or something like that. There's so many different ways you can use her alt. I like to use it to heal my team and let my team stay alive during, a tough time. A lot of people like to, use it to go get kills, which is fine, win the team fight. There's just so many ways. Some other people, if I have a Genji on my team and he's communicating with me, when he blades, I'll just heal it. I'll follow him the whole way and keep him alive. Just keep in mind that there's a lot of different ways you could use Moira and could use your own little play style and your uniqueness to your Moira. I'm just giving you, all the facts here. The second full bullet point for how to be an effective Moira is healing. We're going to be going over how to heal and, how to be an effective healer. Healing. Onto the healing point, we got the first sub point under healing, how to maintain heal juices. We just kind of went over that in that last one. You got to do your primary damage to fill up your heals. And if you want to do that, effectively, throw out your heal orb and then do damage as your healing orb is healing. So then when the healing orb is passed, the damage you did now fills it, so then you can heal your primary heal. Now when you primary heal, I get in the habit sometimes where I just hold that heal down and it just sprays everyone. You really just have to tap it. You just tap it and it helps you save more heal juices. So that's how you maintain heal juices. The second and last bullet for the healing aspect is stay by team. So Moira is really good. That heal orb, if it can just pass everybody and heals everybody at once, it's so effective. And same with her spray. You just tap spray like a little area and it heals everyone. It's very, very effective and very easy to heal as Moira. But a lot of people don't do that. So you stay by your team. Now the awareness side of things when we were like, know where your teammates are, that goes hand in hand with staying by the team. So the last bullet point for how to be a good Moira, play Moira, be the best Moira, all that jazz, mobility. Now this one is very short, self-explanatory, and that is why I'm going to do it right now. The fade. This is one of Moira's ability that gives her incredible and immense mobility. You can get into fights, you can get out of fights at a click of a button. You can get to a teammate or any teammate. You can rotate very easy to any teammates around you that need health or help. You can chase down enemies that are, very low. and you just, you chase them down, kill them, or you can get out of fights. So it's just very, very effective mobility, and that is the fade. And those things that I just listed off are just a couple ways you could use the fade. This originally wasn't going to be in the video, but after I edited it and everything, I was like, this should be in it, and people deserve to hear this. So when you're playing Moira, you're probably going to get into some 1v1 matchups, whatever character that might be. So when I first started playing Overwatch and I was Moira, I would throw out the Death Orb. Or the Damage Orb, and then do damage towards this person. But Moira only has 200 health, and you're usually going against, let's say like a Genji or a soldier. They can do incredible damage. So I kept dying, and I was just, wonder why. And then one time I played a Moira, and this Moira threw down a health orb and then did damage. And while I did damage and I threw the damage orb, and I was just doing incredible damage to her, she was doing damage to me, but she was getting healed by her own health orb, and I wasn't getting healed at all. So, with that said, I'm sure there's certain scenarios you throw the damage orb, and certain scenarios you throw the health orb. But ever since 1v1s, I throw down the health orb. Yes, I am holding this on my phone, and I'm recording it like this. So unprofessional, I know, right? But here's just a summary for the video. How to Moira. We got the awareness tab, healing, mobility, and then all the sticky notes that we talked about. Thought it'd be kind of cool to just show this. But anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. And if you could sub, that'd be cool. Obviously, I come out with Overwatch videos. So if you like them, you know where I am. Have a good night, good day, good week. Until next time. See you later.